My dear students, take a deep breath, drop your shoulders, and relax. Just for a moment, I want you to forget everything you think you know about learning English. Forget the heavy grammar books. Forget the endless vocabulary lists. Forget the stressful exams, the red pens, and the corrections. Just for the next few minutes, I want you to simply listen to my voice. That is all. Just listen. Today, we are going to talk about something that might sound impossible to you, but I promise you, it is the most natural, most beautiful way to learn any language. The title of our practice journey today is No Grammar, Just Listen. Speak English fluently in just 7 days. Now, I know what many of you are thinking. You are thinking, teacher, that is crazy. How can I speak fluently in only 7 days? I have been studying English for years in classrooms, and I still cannot speak. I understand your frustration. I see it in your eyes every single day. You have spent so much time memorizing rules, but when the moment comes to speak, your mind goes completely blank. The words are there, buried deep in your mind, but they are trapped behind a heavy wall of fear and overthinking. You have been taught that speaking English is a test, but speaking is not a test. Speaking is a physical skill, and skills are learned through practice, not through theory. You cannot learn to play the piano by reading a book about music theory. You have to sit down, touch the keys, and play. In the same way, you cannot learn to speak a language by reading a grammar book. You have to open your mouth, listen, repeat, fail, and try again. To break this wall of fear, we must change our relationship with English. We must become like babies again. Let me ask you a question. How does a baby learn to speak? A baby does not learn by studying grammar worksheets. A baby does not learn by memorizing vocabulary lists. A baby learns simply by listening. For the first 2 years of life, a baby does not speak at all. They simply listen. They listen to the sounds, the rhythms, the intonations, and the sweet melodies of the language around them. They let the sounds wash over them. And then, one day, they start to speak. They make mistakes. Yes, they say things incorrectly, but they do not care. They do not feel embarrassed. They just keep listening and they keep trying. And before you know it, that baby is communicating fluently. They are not thinking about past tense or future tense. They are not checking subject-verb agreement. They are just connecting with people. We need to stop analyzing English like a math equation. We need to start absorbing it like a song. When you listen to your favorite song, you do not analyze the grammar of the lyrics. You feel the music. You feel the rhythm. You feel the emotion. And you can even sing along without understanding every single word. This is exactly what we are going to do with English over the next 7 days. We are going to sing along with the language. We are going to stop translating in our heads, bypass the rules, and let the words flow naturally from our hearts. Let us begin our 7-day journey together. I am here to guide you, to encourage you, and to remind you that you are capable of so much more than you think. This is not a magic trick. This is a practical, step-by-step blueprint to change your relationship with English. Day 1, the foundation of deep listening. On this first day, your only job is to train your ears. I want you to find a short English audio clip. It could be a podcast, a TED talk, or a scene from a movie. It should be short, maybe just 30 seconds to 1 minute long. Today, you are going to listen to this same clip 5 times. Each time, your brain will have a different mission. The first time you listen, simply relax. Do not try to write anything down. Just try to get a general, overall idea of the story. The second time you listen, focus on the music. Listen for the rhythm, the stress, and the melody of the speaker's voice. Notice where they raise their voice and where they pause. The third time, try to identify words that you already recognize. Let your brain catch familiar sounds. The fourth time, try to write down a few short phrases that you hear clearly. And the fifth time, just close your eyes, relax, and let the sounds enter your brain. You do not need to understand everything today. You just need to expose your brain to the natural raw sounds of English without any pressure. Day 2, the speaking bridge. On the second day, we are going to build a bridge between your ears and your mouth. You are going to take the exact same audio clip from day 1, but today we add speaking. Listen to the audio, but this time you are going to pause after each sentence. When you pause, repeat the sentence out loud. I know what will happen. You will stumble over some words. Your tongue will feel heavy and clumsy. You might make mistakes. But please do not worry. Do not expect perfection. Even if you can only repeat one simple word from a long sentence, that is progress. Celebrate that one word. The important thing is that you are using your mouth. You are teaching your brain to physically produce the sounds that your ears are hearing. This is called the listen and repeat method, and it is incredibly powerful. Every time you speak, you are strengthening the physical connection between your ears and your vocal muscles. Day 3, retraining for natural speed. On the third day, we move on to one of the most powerful techniques in language learning, shadowing. Today, you are going to play the same audio clip again. But this time, you are not going to pause. You are going to try to speak at the exact same time as the speaker. You follow their voice like a shadow, just a fraction of a second behind. At first, this will feel very difficult. You will be slower than the speaker. You will miss words. You will make mistakes, but do not stop. Keep going. Even if you are just mumbling along with the rhythm, keep going. This exercise is not about perfect pronunciation. This exercise is about speed. Native speakers speak fast, and they do not slow down so you can translate in your head. Shadowing forces your brain to process English at natural speed. It does not give you time to translate. It does not give you time to worry about grammar rules. It forces your brain to connect directly to the flow and the music of the language. Day 4, making the language your own. On the fourth day, we are going to start using the language you have absorbed. We are going to take the English out of the audio clip and put it into your real life. This is called active usage. Listen to your audio clip today and choose 2 or 3 simple phrases. For example, if you hear the phrase, I want to, or I feel like, I want you to create your own sentences using those patterns. Keep it simple. You could say, I want to go to the park. I want to eat pizza. I want to learn English. You do not need to build complex, heavy sentences to impress anyone. The goal of language is clear communication, and simple sentences are often the clearest. When you take a phrase you heard and use it to describe your own life, something magical happens. The language stops belonging to the speaker in the audio. It starts belonging to you. You are no longer just practicing. You are communicating your own reality. Day 5, retraining your brain to think in English. On the 5th day, we are going to focus on a habit that will change your speaking forever, talking to yourself. I know this might sound strange, but self-narration is one of the most powerful ways to build direct English thinking. When you are alone at home, I want you to describe your daily actions out loud in simple English. If you are making breakfast, say to yourself, I am opening the refrigerator. I am taking out the eggs. I am cooking the eggs. If you do not know the exact words, that is completely okay. Speak in a very simple way. You can say, I take eggs, I cook them, I eat. The goal of this exercise is not to use advanced vocabulary. The goal is to bypass your native language. When you narrate your actions in real time, your brain does not have time to translate from your mother tongue first. It is forced to link the physical action directly to the English sound. The more you practice this self-narration, the more natural it becomes, and soon you will find yourself thinking in English without even realizing it. Day 6, the courage to connect. On the 6th day, we are going to step into the real world. Today, your goal is to find a conversation partner. This could be a friend, a classmate, a family member, or an online language exchange partner. The rule for today is simple: just speak and do not stop. Start with very easy topics. Talk about your hobbies, your family, or your plans for the weekend. Do not worry about grammar mistakes. The people you are speaking to do not care about your errors, they care about your message. If you do not know a specific word during the conversation, do not freeze and do not switch back to your native language. Instead, learn to describe the word using simple language. This is a powerful communication skill called circumlocution. If you forget the word airplane, do not stop speaking. Say, a thing that flies in the sky. If you forget the word refrigerator, say, the cold box in the kitchen. It is always better to describe an object using simple words than to stay silent. Communication is about connection, not perfection. When you practice this, you teach your brain to stay in English mode even when you face obstacles. Day 7, the final breakthrough. On the 7th and final day of our journey, we are going to close the loop. Today, I want you to go back to the exact same audio clip you used on day 1. Play it again and simply listen. You will notice something remarkable. The sounds that felt fast and confusing a week ago will suddenly sound slower, clearer, and much easier to understand. You will catch phrases that you could not hear before. This is not a miracle. This is the result of your brain building new auditory connections over the last 6 days. Next, I want you to try to speak about the topic of that audio clip for 1 minute, completely without reading any notes. Try to express your own thoughts and your own opinions about it. You will not be perfect. You will still make mistakes, but you will realize that you are speaking with more confidence. You will have broken through the mental wall of hesitation that was holding you back. This 7-day blueprint will not make you speak like a native speaker immediately. That takes time. But what this method does is change your relationship with English forever. It moves English from the cold, logical part of your brain to the warm, instinctual part of your brain. It makes speaking feel less like a difficult test and more like a natural, simple act of human connection. Simple English is beautiful. Let me tell you a secret that will change the way you approach speaking English forever. Simple sentences spoken with confidence beat perfect sentences spoken with hesitation every single time. I have seen this happen so many times in my classroom. I ask 2 students to describe their weekend. The first student takes a deep breath, thinks carefully, and tries to construct a perfect sentence with complex grammar and advanced vocabulary. But they hesitate, they pause, they stumble over their words. They take so long to speak that the moment passes and the conversation moves on. The second student does not think so much. They say, "I went to the park. I saw my friend. We ate pizza. It was good." 4 simple sentences. No complex grammar, no advanced vocabulary, but they said it clearly. They said it with confidence. They said it without stopping. And guess who communicated better? the second student, because communication is not about trying to prove how smart you are. Communication is about being understood. When you try to use complex sentences, you are taking a risk. You have to manage too many moving parts, the tenses, the prepositions, the agreements. In real-time conversation, your brain cannot edit and revise. If you force it to build complex structures, it overheats and you freeze. But when you keep it simple, everything changes. Your brain relaxes. You speak quickly, smoothly, and with confidence. And when you speak with confidence, people listen. Even native speakers use simple sentences in daily life. They make mistakes all the time and no one judges them. Your English is not bad. Your English is simple. And simple is beautiful, freeing the words inside you. You already know enough English. This is not a motivational phrase to make you feel better. It is a fact. You have spent years accumulating English words. Think about how many vocabulary lists you have memorized. Think about how many grammar exercises you have completed. All of that input is already inside your brain. It is not lost. It is just locked away. And the key to that lock is not more study. The key is confidence. A few years ago, I had a student from China. She was a brilliant woman, a medical doctor. She could read complex medical journals in English with ease. She could write perfect, detailed research reports, but she could not speak. Every time she tried to speak, she froze. She was terrified of making mistakes and sounding foolish. So we started this exact 7-day program. She stopped studying grammar. She started with listening. She listened to simple podcasts, watched TV shows, and simply let the sounds wash over her. Then she started shadowing. She walked around her room repeating the words out loud, copying the speaker's intonations. Finally, she started talking to herself, describing her day and her plans. After 7 days, she came back to class. She raised her hand and she spoke. Was it perfect? No. Did she make mistakes? Yes, but she was speaking. She was communicating. Her message was clear. The smile on her face was something I will never forget. She looked at me and said, "Teacher, I feel like I am free. The words are no longer trapped inside me." Your 7-day promise. My dear students, that is what Culture Code English is all about. It is about freeing the words that are already inside you. You know more English than you think you do. You just need to let go of the fear and let the words out. So, I challenge you to take this 7-day journey with me. Put aside your grammar books for just 1 week. Trust your brain, trust the process, and give yourself permission to be imperfect. If you are ready to start this journey today, if you are ready to break through that mental wall of fear, make a promise to yourself right now. Go to the comments below and type, "I will show up every day." When you write these words down, you are making a commitment to your future self. You are telling your brain that you are ready to listen, ready to speak, and ready to be free. Thank you for spending this valuable time with me today. Keep listening, keep practicing, and believe in yourself. I will see you in our next journey on Culture Code English.